What's up, guys? Stephen Curry here, and I'm here with Slam.
What's good, world? This is Max Recitar from SLAMKICKS. You're watching the Soul Connection. Today, we got the best shooter of all time, talking about the Curry 8. So let's jump right into that. What's good, Stephen? Thank you so much for joining us on the game day. Looks like you're already flowing right now.
Absolutely, I'm always flowing, but it's a game day. So as I'm talking to you, I'm getting loose on the bike right now, so I can get ready for the game tonight.
Stephen, I've heard that there's a moment at a restaurant in Stanford a few years ago when you got to try the Curry 8 for the first time. You saw the cast on your hand. Do you remember this moment? Can you tell us anything about that moment?
No doubt. 7 signature shoes in, and having an opportunity to launch Curry brand with a brand new tech with the flow technology and just a brand new inspiration and innovation. That moment was special because it allowed me to kind of see the future of where we could go with product and with just that experience from anybody that wears it. For me, I always get excited for that moment when you're trying something new, but this one was something that kind of took it over the top in terms of the feel, the comfort, just obsolete and rubber, and just the whole story behind flow. And so from there, the excitement around what we were building was kind of cemented. And now that it's actually on shelves and on fans' feet all across the world, it means a lot to know that that's where it started.
For me, outside looking in, of course, I feel like you have this fearlessness, right? So you're on the court, you shoot 40-foot bombs, but then also there's a fearlessness in the way that you do your business and who you link up with, and now into your sneakers where there's no rubber in this. This is a crazy ass sneaker. Where does this fearlessness come from for you?
It's part of the DNA, I think. And then to your point, it kind of manifests itself, on and off the court. But it comes with the work that you put in and the people that you're around, for sure. And so the power and the team that I get to work with, and just understanding that we're trying to be great in everything that we do, and it's okay to take chances, to take some risks, kind of push the envelope a little bit, and be in a situation where you're driving the conversation as opposed to being followers. So for us, for me, that's always been part of my DNA on and off the court.
That's dope. You mentioned the word team. Of course, you're such a team player on the court, but team-wise, every year for mad long now, you have found a way to incorporate men and women, all these different platforms that you give to people. So how do you continue to build this team out and build the world of Curry brand now?
It's about being a good listener, first and foremost, and being aware of and appreciative of me for the platform that I have to be able to highlight amazing people, amazing stories, and just collab with so much good positivity in the world. And there's so many opportunities to do that across the board within the world of sports, for the next generation, in the corporate world, just all across the spectrum. And for me, I think it kind of came naturally with how I play the game, that we have our mantra, change the game for good. I was trying to blaze my own trail with how I approach within those 94 feet on the court. It's the same kind of mindset with people that are overcoming amazing obstacles and odds, achieving success at the highest level, and being able to amplify those stories and those people to the fullest. And that's kind of, it's rewarding, but it's also how I feel why I'm in this position, to be able to turn amazing things on the court into amazing opportunities and lasting change off the court. So I'm gonna continue to do that.
So speaking of stories, what have you learned as a storyteller? Because sneakers, there's such a storytelling platform, and through your 8 years, no, even 9 years, right? I'm sorry, not yet. What have you learned as a narrative storyteller through all this time now?
just being authentic and being consistent with that. You know, we've had some amazing highs, you know, some lows and learning lessons when it comes to, you know, how you create, you know, genuine energy and storytelling around things that make me tick, things that are part of my history, part of my background, people that have poured into me throughout, you know, my entire life and my basketball career. And even that kind of underrated mindset of, you know, it's not necessarily aspirational, but it's something that I think was part of, you know, a lot of people's DNA in terms of being overlooked and underrepresented and finding ways to just look for that opportunity and know that they belong, you know, and have goals. So like for me, it's always just about being authentic to what, you know, who you are, and finding clever ways to bring visuals and energy and depth to it. And that comes with, again, it goes back to the team that you have. That goes into kind of seeing things 2 steps ahead. And I do love that process.
Oh, man. Visually, of course, we have the Curry 8 here, and the upper, all these different colorways have been dope already. But it sits on top of this Flow Tech, which you've mentioned. What can you tell the people about Flow Tech?
I mean, it's game changing. I think if you look at shoes across the board in the market, like, you know, to be able to obsolete rubber and to have an all foam outsole that does so many different things, like the cushioning and the response is second to none. But, you know, for me, I've always had that balance, getting real technical in terms of that court feel and feeling like I'm glued to the floor and I can stop on a dime and change directions. Finding that balance is always kind of a give and take. And with the flow, for me, like traction is a huge piece to being at my highest performing abilities on the court. And usually you hear that squeak, and it's always like, you know, that's the telltale sign of traction. But that means that the rubbers kind of slide on the floor a little bit, and that's where that squeak comes from. And this is a learning process for me and what flow does. There's no squeak at all, which allows that responsiveness to be a lot faster. And it's obviously working on the court right now. So I'm enjoying just the different, you know, feel of what that kind of looks like on the court. And knowing that we've kind of flipped how traditional shoes are made and flipped it on its head. And it's obviously light. It's got everything that you need for me to be the best basketball player I can be. And then we bring some dope aesthetics and colorways and materials to it.
I mean, you just said on the court how much you're performing. You've always been a killer, but this is one hell of a statement to make the statements that you're making in, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
When was the first spark of Curry Brand? This is the silhouette to start history. You're rewriting history yet again.
I mean, it started almost like 2 years ago, really, with the idea that having a purpose-driven brand and having that tied into everything that we create is something that's near and dear to me and who I am, but that we could really create, lasting impact and change in the community through, through the brand, through footwear, through apparel, and being able to tell these amazing stories and collab with amazing people throughout the process. So it just, the stars kind of align in terms of being able to, for no pun intended, make a splash on the scene with a brand new innovation and a brand new silhouette with the Curry 8 and flow technology, but also with Curry Brand, and just create new energy around, what I stand for and the change that we're trying to make and how people can experience the brand and the mission and what we say we're going to do and what we're going to do with us. So it's been an amazing, 2-year run to just get to the launch of the brand these last 2.5 months. It feels like it's been longer, the last 2.5, 3 months. Off to a great start, and want to continue to double down on what we say we're going to do.
Man, big shout out to Stephen Curry for coming through and chopping it up, and giving us all the secrets on Curry Brand and on the Curry 8. And just a little bit more info on the sneaker that the 2-time MVP is wearing this season. As he was talking about, the main piece of the Curry 8 is the Flow Tech. And the reason that this is so important is if you date all the way back to when Chuck Taylor was knocking on people's doors and saying, yo, I got a basketball sneaker to sell you. For the most part, basketball sneakers have been made with rubber midsoles and outsoles. UA coming up with this seamless one-piece outsole of foam is a game changer. This is completely going to alter the way that basketball sneakers are constructed. And as Stephen was talking about, he says that he feels lighter and faster and grippier than ever before. In order to complement the Flow Tech, the design team at UA knew they had to create an upper that was just as amazing. So what may look like just a regular knit upper, which it is, you know, you have the perforations in the heel and the midfoot and the toe box. You have the synthetic overlays where the foot is vulnerable. But this is no regular knit upper. This knit upper has a bi-directional internal fit structure. That means that every single step is going to be counted. No matter which way you turn, the upper is going to turn with you. And then lastly in the Curry 8 is the internal booty. Lockdown wise, you're not going anywhere. The support that the booty offers in the heel, everything's going to be locked in perfectly. And whether you're Stephen Curry or whether you're some kid on the playground, you're going to be moving with the flow no matter what. So one more shout out to the 2-time MVP and the 3-time champ, Stephen Curry, for coming through. Thank you for watching The Soul Connection. I'm Max Resitar.